You find fish behind the bar, rigging the bar top to snap with electricity. She turns off the current as you approach. We are, if I recall correctly, running on fast mode for this. Yes. I've also got to remember to turn off the streaming mode when I am playing on the YouTube save file because it looks a little odd without that. I still haven't set up a shout-out command advice. I really, really need to. Sorry about that. Alright. Chris is advised that I check in with Nadan. Ooh. Vo will have a greatly improved opinion of me with the first aid kit. I don't think I have any ways of healing during battle yet. Actually, I do. I have the boosted Seeker. That is a heal during battle for us. And I have a couple of debuffs. I have Sparky's Oppressor Cell, which gives us 3 power until the end of our turn. So we have a debuff at the time that we play this, which is lose 3 power at the end of your turn. Removing that, or the debuff from Visionary Scatter. I could actually see myself legitimately using first aid in this deck. Definitely agreed, Vice Colin. No one more deserving. Morning, Zungav S1. Good to see you. Alright, we might come back for this first aid at some point. Unfortunately, we won't be able to guarantee that Vo is still drinking here by the time that we do. Okay. Rise and shine, Mr. Freeman. Rise and shine. Not that anyone is more deserving of a rest. Silly takes the number up 1 with the Overlord gift sub. Actually, also, yeah, unfortunately, my tracker is not updating at the moment, but I did see that Silly gave a gift of a tier 1 sub to someone at the start of the stream as well. So to each of those people, I think it was Sishinbang? To Sishinbang and Overlord, enjoy your most in chat and welcome to the Republic. Thank you very much, Silly. Alright, we got the meat market, we got getting settled. Yeah, okay, let's... I mean, look, there's a quest I can pick up before I even go for getting settled. It's a little strange. Brennan needs your help contracting local merchants who might be interested in buying stolen goods from the Grout Bog. Is this like a Rook mission? Why is it randomly available when I have a day mission already available? Silly, thank you very much for the gift of a tier 1 sub to Ethanol314 as well. Ethanol, enjoy your emotes in chat and welcome to the Republic. So I hadn't actually seen this one before, so we will read through it. I'm just gonna mute and blow my nose for a second. You like the Rise, do you not? Oh, 100%. Yeah. I'm gonna find it difficult, because... Like in Slay the Spire, the choices that you make in event spaces are relatively uncomplicated and they don't necessarily have like moral and ethical implications. But like if there was a Slay the Spire event that was like, do you want to do a racism and get some money for doing a racism? I would be obliged to not take it. In this same game, I'm gonna have difficulty working for Fellow Mode consistently. I feel like I'm gonna skew, even if I try not to, I'm gonna skew pretty hard into working for the Rise the majority of the time when I'm doing Rook. How are you feeling? Okay, Curtis? I'm feeling pretty well. Feeling pretty damn good. I have a constantly blocked nose recently, but I'm not dying on camera like I was a week ago. Was that a corona? No, it's more of a influenza kind of situation. Alright. Brenna flashes you a complicated hand signal and then watches you expectantly. Can I help you? Sorry, I've been forgetting where I am. I take it you've never been to Gatbog? Yeah, I'm familiar, but I haven't been there in a long time. Bad memories. Yeah, bad memories are Bog's primary export, but to business. I'm looking for a gifter to upload a sensitive transaction. Ask about. Whoo, baby! How sensitive are we talking here? Around here? Not too much. But if anyone from the Bog found out, there would be trouble. That's why I can't do it myself. So what's the hand sign all about? The Rise are working to liberate the bog, so we have to be discreet about the Sparkbarons. The signal helps us turn friends from foe. Or at least it does in the bog. Ear just makes us look silly. What's the transaction? What are you selling? If it ain't legal, if that's what you're getting at, it's safer for everyone involved. They don't fill you in on the details beyond that. The leads know what to expect, and they just need a push in the right direction. Okay, can you tell me about the ground bog? It's a terrible place. Toxic sludge bubbles up from the ground. The wildlife wants to eat you, and it stinks. If it's so bad, why is anyone there? Whatever happened there in the vagrant age left a mark, and pieces of the past bubble up with the goo. The Sparkbarons run mining operations and run roughshod over their workers. What do you have against the Sparkbarons? Bogging is out, dangerous work. But when the Baron showed up, at least, but before the Baron showed up, at least you could make you're not doing it. Now all you get is a script for a company store and a beating if you don't reach your quota. But that will all change soon, if the Rise gets in the way. What is the Rise? We're freedom fighters. The bog belongs to the workers, but we were there before the Barons, and we'll be there after they leave. The sooner the Rise gets money and weapons, the sooner it will happen. Alright. Take that job. Brennan needs my help contacting local merchants who might be interested in buying stolen goods from Ground Bomb. Okay. Let's have a refresher on what our decks are and what they do. So this deck is nothing and does nothing. It's kind of like a heavy hostility deck, but that's about all it has. I need ways to gain some dominance for this deck to actually be really good. We've got these two oppressors here, but if I turn both of those into their upgrade, the 0-3 Twisted Oppress, then I'm going to have a lot of difficulty actually using them for argument dismissal and then getting the dominance from them. So I'm going to need something to bootstrap my dominance a lot in a lot of fights here. So it probably means none of these for me. If anything, it'd be Keep Cool, because Keep Cool can be run in a non... Oh, we are light on defense. Oh, whoa. Is this a new run? No, this is day 3 of the run that just had day 2 uploaded to YouTube. Keep Cool, the only card that's only good sticky. It's so good in general, though. Yeah, I think it is still Keep Cool here, though. Keep Cool for 6 defense. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, Seishin. Like, at the absolute minimum, get 6 out of it, which is, like, a great defense card. But also, we have a couple other defense cards in the deck, so it could be significantly more than that if we need it to be. Okay. Where is... Ah, there we go. Tell me about this transaction. Tell me about this transaction. The Rise raided one of the Sparkman's depots in the bog and managed to float what we stole down Coast du Ye. If I can find a good buyer, then we can take the money back and buy some real weapons. I've got some promising leads, but I'm being watched by Sparkman agents, so I can't contact them directly. I need your help to contact the leads and close the deal. I'll do anything for a good cause. So long as it pays well enough, of course. Thank you, comrades. Now, go convince one of the leads to come to our camp. I'll be waiting for you. Do you have a doggo in this run? I have no one in this run. Allies are weaker in battle as well, because we are playing in Prestige. We're playing on Prestige level? Did we do... I didn't think we were playing on Prestige level 1, but apparently we are. So yeah, the doggo would be weaker as well. Okay, Rise and Shine in 2 different locations. Trusty's Outfittings and the Slurping Snail. Let's actually think about this before we do either of these. Who likes this? Actually, no, we're not going to be able to make anyone love us right now. We don't have the money for it. I do like that I'm suddenly, like, starting to unlock all of these boons on the different characters so I can actually see them before I try and pick them up. Hey, Ramps, I recommend trying a Graft heavy run at some point. It can get pretty ridiculous if you get the right ones. I've been doing that a lot in my own spare time recently. I have been playing the game a little bit in the experimental branch just to try and mess with a couple of different runs, see what I can do. See some of the features that are not yet included in the main alpha branch. But yeah, in a lot of those runs, what I've been doing is effectively just getting all of the money on the first day, going to the black market, buying oftentimes like 2 grafts there, taking all the graft missions, and then just leveling up the grafts really quickly, because I take every negotiation and every combat I can get into. And then oftentimes by day 3, I have like a lot of upgraded grafts, and they're just doing all of the pulling for me. Speaking of grafts though, we should probably have a look at which we have now. We have Cerebral Stimulants, rather. Draw 1 extra card per turn, as well as 3 fingers. These are negotiation graphs. My negotiation deck is like horribly underutilized at the moment. I need to find some more negotiation opportunities. Then we also have 3 battle graphs. At the start of each combat, discard up to 2 cards and then draw that many cards, which is actually good because we have a discard build. Your first attack each combat apply 3 wound, as well as at the start of your turn, a random card in your hand is cost reduced by 1 until play. Beautiful. Let's go to the Slurpings now. No reason to go to the other. So last squad's here. Hey, Modded! Yeah. What is your negative for me as well? Oh, you were a 3 fingers, so you don't even have a reason to hate me. What do you got? Dano. Oh, yeah, no, Dano and Modded both definitely need to die. Losing 1 defense on all cards that apply defense is tragically bad. So Insult. Expend all non-hostile cards in hand. Gain 1 dominance per card expended. This is different to previous times that we've utilized Insult, because Insult in those previous occasions was just Incept 3 Insulted, and then you needed to have 10 Insulted, then the fight would end. So this now gives you the ability to actually play this as a normal negotiation and use these to give yourself dominance. So it's going to be really, really good for our heavy hostile build. Oh boy, here we go, killing again. Look, I didn't kill them, okay? 3 graphs killed them. It says, and I quote, gain 1 action at the start of turn. When installed, 2 people will randomly die, gain some experience on some cards. It's what it says. It says it right there. If you don't trust me, you can read it right there. If it doesn't say that for you, then that's a glitch. It's a bug. That's on Twitch's side somehow. Okay. Let's look for some defense. Yeah, I'll defend with that. And then... oh, giant insult. Second giant insult. Get insulted. Rhapsody, I think you might be illiterate. Excuse me? But I read that message. Surely the fact that I know that you said that is dispositive of your point. And yes, bitrate options now available as well for anyone who needs to run the stream at a lower bitrate. I kind of want a Duplicity Caprice. Does anyone know if Duplicity double playing something actually gives us 2 experience for it? Action counter is behind the face cam. Oh, right. Sorry, the face cam is just a little large. Sorry, that was for the... there we go. Yeah. Sorry about that. That was for the codename segment of the last stream. Thank you, Merpubska. Alright. I think it does. Last I remember, I was watching the series, I noticed it gains 2 XP. I believe it does double the experience. Cool. Because it doubles the experience, I'll use it to double play Caprice over anything else here. Because I need Caprice upgraded as soon as possible. Spend 2 dominance, gain 2 actions. No, I don't need the extra actions here. This gets us... Caprice reduces the cost by 1, right? Menacing Air. I wanna have people tell me about this. Is Menacing Air good? I think it's way too expensive to be good, and 1 dominance per turn is so little. But maybe dominance is hard enough to get that it's actually good. Too slow to be good? That's what I'm feeling, Advice Colin. It upgrades to lower its cost, I guess, to 2? I think it's really good as it sustains your dominance. Yeah, it effectively, like, it counters the dominance loss that you get every turn, which is nice. Think of it like Demon Form, but it doesn't grow like Demon Form reduced because you still lose dominance at the end of your turn. You'd have to have 2 of them out before you're actually gaining dominance each turn. Means that any dominance you gain becomes permanent. It does, but the thing is, like, every time I think about a dominant deck, I tend to see them as quite aggressive. The point at which this would start paying dividend over just, you know, playing 2 attacks instead seems to be too far off in the future. Need a lot of block to make it worth it. So like a very slow hostile deck. Take the low blow definitely here. Maybe another card packs. That's true. I haven't seen the rest of the card packs yet. Play 4 social cards in a single turn. So, one thing I do need to know, if anyone happens to know this is like an annoyingly arcane mechanical interaction here, but someone might know. Does Erupt still count the hostile cards you played before you got Erupt? If Erupt is generated by Caprice, does it count Caprice as one of the 4 hostile cards played in that turn? These are the kinds of things that, like, as I, you know, start focusing more and more on trying to kind of, like, go through the prestiges and soft mastery of the game, I'm gonna need to know these kinds of things. Programmers usually make counters generate on card generation, not before memory saving, but you know, it's whether or not there's also a global for it. Good test to do now, though. Yeah, okay, that's fair enough. Like, if I'm ever gonna find it out, you're right, I should probably find it out now. Okay. Definitely got to take these arguments down. One. Ooh. This is my 4th. It'll have played it. Is that not my 4th? Caprice. Low blow. Insult, insult. Erupt. You played Caprice. I did play Caprice twice. Then how did it trigger? If I got Erupt and then I only played Insult, Insult, and Low Blow. Does it trigger off 3? I thought it triggered off 4. Did I mess something up there? Counted the Caprice from itself. The card was generated as soon as it was displayed. So it only counted the Caprice that was used to generate the Erupt, but it didn't count the Caprice before that. Because if it does count one of them, that still makes it a lot better of a pull from Caprice, and because this deck has 2 Caprices in it, it's really important to know that. I'll focus on the rest of the turn, though. Well, I lose my dominance, but I didn't have any defense that turn, so I couldn't have done anything else. Hey, Ryan, it's Antlers. Antlers? That's the best complete test of the card you could do. Yeah, it tested multiple different, like, edge cases there. Maybe card generation and playing Caprice happens at the same time. It does seem like that's the case, because that's the only way that it could have played on that card. Either it would have played a card earlier or a card later if it was counting all the cards in the turn or none of the cards played before it. Looks like it counts the cards that created it. Perfect. That's totally fine with me. I'm glad to know it. Okay. Let's get rid of that. As in the damage I would be taking to that. Thank you. Keep the voice of the people. I need to play Fast Talk just to try and get some experience on it, basically, though. See, this battle is easy. I never know when I want to remove the basic cards that have Destroy on them from the deck, or if I want to keep them around and use them in a situation where I need a little bit more damage suddenly. Good time to ask, why don't you like improvise from 5 cards and instead prefer to improvise from 3 upgraded? They seem so much stronger, and what I was about to say is they seem so much stronger, and I very rarely get a negative result. But I have been finding more commonly that I've been getting 3 things that I don't want in the deck. So I think from now on, what I'm gonna have to do is actually consider, is this deck good with discarding cards? Is this deck good with, you know, flustering the opponent? Is this deck good with all of the different options that can be pulled from that improvised pool? And then decide whether or not I'm fishing for a certain option, in which case I'll get improvise plus, or if I'm fishing for any option and just want upgraded effects from them, in which case I'll go for the upgraded improvise. I need to actually start doing that differently, you're right. Or at least I need to start assessing it before I just naturally do it. If I were playing, I think I'd only use destroy cards when I had excess actions left over, or was worried about losing. See, I'm kind of worried about thinning the deck, but at the same rate, I don't want to thin it too much because I've got these 2 dangerouses in the known thug. So I don't really want to have a hand that's just known thug, dangerous, dangerous, keep cool, fast talk. What's your favorite draft so far? Mine's the rejig jig draft. Graft. There's one that triples, it doubles and then upgrades to triple your first attack in a fight. I really, really, really like that one because that can get absolutely nutty with something like the Rooted Steel, Ambush and Expand. And then there's another graft that's like +4 damage on your first attack each turn or something like that. Stack those atop one another and you can just instantly kill someone. And Silly, thank you very much for the gift of tier 1 sub to Vice Colin. Vice Colin, welcome back to the Republic. Continue to enjoy your emotes in chat. Alright. I should only play the things that need experience still, right? It sounds like it makes the most sense. I'm gonna get this Threatening Clarity out of here as well. Immediately run against what I just said. Low blow? Low blow has got... Wait, low blow isn't added to my main deck, is it? No, it's not. Okay. I like that it's getting experience. Right. Fast talk. Low blow. Boosted Evil Eye and Oppress. Actually, no. If I get Obtuse from this, I can guarantee the removal. Also, the enemy just got impatient, so I'm pretty sure next round I'm getting no more experience for the rest of the game. So. What day are we on? Day 3, top left. All right. 1 or 3 negotiation cards. I don't know if I want another Evil Eye. Tactical Mind actually seems really good to me, though. Get the upgrade, get 2 extra cards at the start of each of my turns. Right, I want a rating of Doggos of my pun. In Doggos of your pun, what do you call underdressed bulgur wheat tabula rasa? I like it. I did see it at the time. But unfortunately, I spent the entire time watching all of y'all pop up with extra puns, and I was like, think of a pun so you can contribute to this. I just sat at the keyboard for like 10 minutes like, I can't think of any that are good. Jarko, thank you very much for the 100 bits. I love your Griftlands stream. So glad to catch you. So glad to be caught. I am really, really enjoying streaming this game a lot recently. Boosted Mind, Pale Mind, Tactical Mind. Yeah, we'll definitely end up going for Tactical Mind into Boosted Tactical Mind. Fast talk with... Hey! Destroy! Beautiful! That's exactly what I was looking for. Your next card this turn costs 0 actions. Yeah. Just use that as an energy pump. Especially when I have the boosted Tactical Mind, this will make a lot more sense. Isn't the point of puns that they're bad? You can't bring a knife to a gunfight. When other people are dropping gold like Tabula Rasa, you gotta have something to bring to the table as well. Looks like Rhapsody doesn't have Tactical Mind. Not yet. Well, at least I don't have boosted Tactical Mind just yet. I've got the base Tactical Mind. That's it, we're fighting now, that makes sense. This enemy looks a lot stronger than me, actually, in a way that's making me a little bit nervous right now. I should definitely use Mandible to cripple them. They're not attacking on turn 1, so I'll discard both of these. Visionary Scatter, if this is your last card in your hand, plus 6 damage and play 2 times. Can I do that? I can do that. First attack each combat applies 3 wounds. There's no reason not to just play the Rooted Steel right now, right? Let's look at the enemy's buffs. God Hates Cell. Gain 3 power after an attack damages a target. They're not damaging me this turn. And at the end of their turn, apply 2 heal. Me. Need more ways to spend my points. I will work on that. Sorry about that. Seishin Bank. Still haven't yet. Raven Incorporated. Doing well. Yourself? The idea of aggressively befriending someone for their buff sounds fun. As I start getting more information filled out in these that shows me the boons of each of the characters and that kind of stuff, I feel like more of the time in the early game, I'm going to start like buying people drinks in a bar. Because not only can you get yourself some resolve restore at that point, which I do a lot of negotiation early, so it really works for me. But you can also start building your friendship with them, and then there might be certain social boons that I definitely want to narrowly focus on. I think I have to discard Razor Spine. Because I definitely need to play Mandible. I need to weaken the enemy here, definitely. I think you have to discard Razor Spine. Yeah, we're on the same page here. That's what I was been what's been running in the back of my head for a while here. Whether or not I can afford to play it. Because like I play it, I use Visionary Scatter, I'd have to discard Mandible and the other 1 cost if I get another 1 cost, and I don't want to have to do that. Razor Strike. Cool. I have to expend this as well, but yeah, has to be done. Cripple the enemy for 9? That's pretty good. And also... that's a good deck. Hey, Psycho Dog, thank you very much for the 12-month subscription. Damn. It's a full year. Welcome back to the Republic. Continue to enjoy your moments in chat, Psycho Dog. Thank you so much. How'd they get 9 cripple though? They had 3 wound on them, so they've taken 3 more damage to effects. And I had extra power as well as my Mandible. So stacking all of those effects and Mandible deals cripple equal to the damage dealt by the card, it was fine. So now I should probably focus on playing things to get myself some experience in this battle. Discard a card, gain actions equal to its cost plus 1. I mean, I'll discard the Spark Grenade because I'm going to want that later. I also should have played the Pale Disposal first there. Double wound you. There you go. You got me. Took a solid 3 damage there. Okay, remove a random debuff here. Keep my power. I don't need to. Play the adapt. Oh, and the adapt kills because of the discard, of course. Draw 3 cards, replenish, destroy after 1 use. This is totally fine because it has replenish and it's 0 cost. There's no impact on my deck for taking it. Replenish, of course, is when this card is drawn, draw another card. But also, in a discard deck, this is a battle card. Yeah, it's a battle card. In a discard deck, having a lot of extra draw can be really important because sometimes you just draw all of your cards that say discard another card and none of your cards that say please discard me. Yeah, none of these are needed. I'll take that money, bud. Okay, Element's there. I'm actually not going to go to Element yet. I'm going to go to Rise and Shine because maybe the other person who... Hell yeah! Maybe the other person who hates me happens to be in this store, and if I took the quest in the other one, this area would close because it wouldn't be a location for me to visit anymore. This is exactly what I wanted. You can still go to the other quests after this? Oh. I thought it was like a choice, like a... Oh, okay, cool. Well, that's less clever than I thought it was, but... Still happy I did it, you know? I kind of want to duplicity oppress rather than duplicity insult here. And I can't insult then duplicity and oppress. I want to double play oppressor just for the, you know, the double experience from it. So we have to duplicity the oppress first and then insult. This does result in lower damage, but it's the more experience that I wanted. Nobody can hate you? Not if I have anything to say about it. Can't believe another person is about to randomly die. Yeah, we're about to get random more experience. It's weird that both of those things seem to happen at the same time consistently. I need some defense this turn. I've got to draw. Tactical mind is great here. I'm just going to lose dominance this turn. That's just going to happen. So I'm going to defend myself there. Oh my god. Ah. Or do I save them with 2 insults? Fine. There goes my tactical mind, but I can insult and then threaten for the possible upgrade later. Save both of them. Alright. Damage to the next 2 cards is doubled, expires at the end of your turn. I am taking damage this turn, though. Alright, I'm gonna need to try and improvise defense here. 3 composure for 2 random arguments. Hopefully this hits me and my planted evidence and not dominance there. It still hit me, that's okay. Defend myself there. I think I actually will play Caprice here. Spend 2 dominance, gain 2 actions. I don't think I need that this time. Some veiled anger. Do you still get into the fight if you win before getting in, before incepting insulted? So this no longer incepts insulted. The insults mechanics have changed. These no longer incept insulted. They instead just give you dominance. And the idea is that if you're a hostile deck, you'll have a lot easier time provoking people into a fight. If you're not, you'll have a harder time. But you can still provoke them into a fight just by winning this combat. All right. Let's Pale Non Sequitur the boosted evil eye, doubling the damage of oppress and of veiled anger. Purple gets played either way, no? Yeah, it does. Okay. Definitely gonna go for the threaten here. It's wide deflects. I mean, insult doesn't need to be played yet, right? Yeah, it doesn't change anything. Insult, anger. That'll do it. Threaten, Caprice, and Oppress all got upgraded, baby. I want the Twisted one. 2 random hostile cards, they cost 1 less until played. But also 1 boosted, upgraded hostile card. That I can see the appeal to that as well. You should come up with an insult every time you go for an insult. I will try. I will try. I don't know how many more people I'm going to be killing this run, but I'll see if I can do that. That's actually a really cool subliminal change for the nature of the run. Having aggressive decks that have an additional perk is actually really clever move from the devs. Yeah, I've really appreciated it. Also, like, the non-standard ways of ending negotiations to me always felt a little clunky. So, helps fix that. I like boosted here more. Twisted is better with non sequitur. See, that's the reason that I took non sequitur, is literally for Twisted. But that's 2 cards in a relatively large deck. I don't know. You're low on action, so Twisted is rough. You're right. You're right. That's a problem for us right now. Especially, I think now I can be happy that I have the oh god, what's it called? Non sequitur. I can be happy that I have non sequitur now, just because I have the boosted mind for the extra draw. So maybe I don't need to take Twisted Caprice to justify it anymore, but I'm not super pleased about having to do it. I'm going for Twisted Oppress here rather than Tall Oppress. I don't really care about the extra damage as much as I care about getting more dominance with the amount of dominant cards I play. Draw. Right. I mean, raising the bottom of this is fine because every dominance is just going to increase both of those by 1. So I can't help but notice the way you say baby is like that friend I promoted to Discord that one time. It's kind of, it's become broad. I noticed someone else saying baby the way that I was saying baby recently. Who was it? Can't remember for the life of me. I think it was another content creator. Hey, Tech Fusion, by the way, thank you for subscribing after the last stream. Thinking I'm not gonna see that as if. Welcome back to the Republic, Tech Fusion. Alright. I'm gonna go for the Visionary for the draw. Rita started doing it recently? Baby? Oh yeah, no, I can see that. We do work together and we kind of like occasionally pick up things that the other person says. Whenever you expend a card, draw 1 card. This is good. How many cards do I expend? Boosted Caprice, possibly cards from it, Wide Deflect, Duplicity, Tactical Mind? Really? Not that many? Huh. Actually thought it was more. It can get Pale and replace itself. That is true. That is true. Yeah, Pale Recall will replace it by itself. I mean, at that point, there's no reason to not take it, right? I mean, it does become another argument, but I don't care if I have things target random of arguments that I have. I'm entirely unfamiliar with this game. The lowdown is, it is a deck building roguelike set in a decaying sci-fi world where you play through kind of campaigns of characters. These are Rook cards. Wait, hang on. Is this, do cards featuring Rook usually turn up? Oh, they do. Boosted Caprice, Brainstorm. Huh. Only just realized. It's Debate the Spire. Yeah, there's 2 different methods of combat. There's negotiation, where you generate arguments, your opponent generates arguments, you attack each other's arguments as well as their core argument being their kind of like HP or resolve. And then there's also combat, which works like you might expect, standard combat. I tend to think of negotiation as combat, but you're playing with summons. So it's combat as if you are summoning minions to the battlefield, and those minions have different effects, because those minions are your arguments. But then you can also play without minions and just play direct damage to the face and stuff like that. Alright. We're fighting now. It is on site. Okay, I don't need defense in my opening hand. Draw a card, discard up to 2 cards, gain 1 power for each discarded. Fine. I'm gonna assault double draw. Let's cryo train in the wind up. Send it back. I'm gonna cryo train that wind up again to double the damage of the. Oh, it doubled the damage of the wind-up. I didn't think the wind-up would be in hand when the double damage occurred. But that's okay. This has the extra damage until next time it's played. So next time I get wind-up, we're just going to kill the enemy with it. Why do they need to die again? Oh, because they hate you? Yeah. Yes. If anyone decides to hate me in this game, they're signing their own death warrant. Frankly, it's on them. I can't be held responsible for what other people decide to do. I don't want to play the Admiralty Requisition yet. We'll play Razor Spine. I need the ability to discard more stuff here. It's not gonna do it. Alright. Gain defense. Yeah, I'm just gonna defend this turn then. Huh. Huh. Here, just for the sake of experience on my cards, I'm gonna play Adapt before anything else. And then Footwork out a Mandible. Because I'm definitely gonna win this fight at this rate. I don't really need to worry about that. So I might as well worry about how I can best benefit outside of this. These Cryo Trainers are really good though. I do want to get these upgraded as soon as possible. Card, discard a card, happy to do that. Yep, I'm just going straight up experience right now. How'd you get healed? That was one of the cards that I discarded. Boosted Seeker, gain 5 defense, discard this card, gain 5 defense, and heal 4. So there's my wind up. The enemy's not attacking this turn though. So here's another thing that I just like the ability that I have to do. Visionary Scatter discards Ghost Strike. So this is actually something I've been wondering about. When you discard a card that gets a benefit from being discarded, but it's also a playable card, does it get experience by being discarded or being played? Because I know there are cards that gain experience from being discarded. Wind up has both. Was both, as in like if I return this to my hit. I mean, I'll have the ability to check it right now, so I may as well. Wind up returned and it didn't get upgraded though. I'm not sure if I'm missing something or if am I exhausted? Not that I can see. Check your discard for Ghost. Yeah, what was Ghost before? It looks like, I think Ghost got it. Right? Ghost was 4, wasn't it? Or was I wrong? The Tall One, thank you very much for the Twitch Prime subscription. Enjoy modes and chat. Welcome to the Republic. But the card, heal card did gain EXP by discarding. That's weird. So it worked, yeah, because it did work on Boosted Seeker, because I haven't played that 6 times or whatever it was. Yeah, Ghost was 4. Okay, so Ghost gets it, but Wind Up doesn't? Maybe Wind Up... I mean, maybe it's whatever the primary effect of that card is when it gets it. Kind of makes sense that Wind Up is an exemption though, because it returns to your hand. It makes sense, but it doesn't necessarily mechanically follow from what they've set up as the rules. The game is really not consistent. Well, maybe not necessarily entirely at the moment, but to be fair, the game is already, like, this is alpha. This game is in alpha. It's a very polished alpha, but the game is in alpha. As an alpha, the mechanics are solid, but the rule set isn't set yet. Yeah, there are a lot of edge cases that still need to be kind of like cleared up and stuff like that. Like the duplicity doubling, ending up giving you 2 more plays of your next card after you double a duplicity. Duplicity says double your next card, not play your next card 1 more time, if I recall correctly. Wind them up. Also, there was like the rook thing that I ran into on my rook run on the YouTube series. One sec. Of the fact that overcharge says when you gain charge, you get overcharge. But anything that says it triggers when you gain charge doesn't trigger when you gain overcharge. I tried double duplicity. I remember the third card being played thrice. Yes. Yeah, that's the same experience I had, Chopper. Did you report it to them? Inside that run? No. The thing is, like, especially when I'm recording the YouTube series, like, pulling up a bug report and going, here's a bug report for you, is not necessarily what I want to do instantly that time. I think duplicity is the next card is played twice, so it feels a bit shaky on that one. Whenever you gain charge should be changed to when you fill a battery in those cases. Yes, agreed. That would 100% clarify it for me. I mean, in that case, you're not gaining charge. The game does say when you gain charge, too much charge, you gain charge instead. Yes, but it does say you are gaining charge in order to get that effect. Oh, damn, another Seeker. Yeah, I've been looking for this. I want a second copy of this for a bunch of reasons, but the largest one for me right now is the heal 4 will be removal of debuffs on us, which will keep temporary power that we have a lot in the deck. It should say instead of gaining charge to be properly worded, yes. I think duplicity doesn't double duplicity, I think is very acceptable. Yeah, people are going back and forth on whether they think that duplicity should be one way or the other. I think it should be the STS implementation, which is you gain stacks of duplicity. If you double duplicity, then you gain 2 stacks of duplicity, which is your next 2 cards are played twice. What types of decks are you building? Okay. I have them in the stream title. I remembered to do that, but I will also quickly go over them. This is kind of like a heavy hostility deck with a lot of draw in it. It doesn't really have like a super solid build yet. And then this is a very, very good discard build. If I wanted to remove those mandibles and the spark grenade, I would actually have like... Ooh, should I remove the mandibles in the spark grenade? Blind, sorry. No, I relish any opportunity to remind people what the deck is because it allows me to remind myself what it is as well, so that I can start moving it in the direction that I want. Zimmon, what do you give me? You're the game max HP when I sleep. Yeah, raise my max HP by 5 whenever I sleep. Hey, Skrunk. Another day in the feud, huh? Word is you've got some market for some goods from Grabbog. Could be, but I've burnt by those crazies before. How do I know their goods are, good? Come along. You can toss items on demand? Yes, items specifically you can toss on demand. So, like, I'll pull this up. There's a trash card. Mandible is very good, though. It is very good, but, like, between the 2 mandibles and the spark grenade, the deck that relies heavily on, you know, drawing specific combo cards, like cards that say discard me to get an effect and cards that say discard other cards to get an effect, these are chunking up the space for that. Anything that has replenish, like Hanabi's power supply or the Admiralty requisitions, they can stay, definitely. All merchants of joy, I mean Grace. Yeah, Grace, please. We're not here to brew up any trouble. Thanks, Zimmon. You just healed me by 3. Rad. Much appreciated. Uh-oh. Anyone see what just happened? These are all our defensive cards in the entire deck. Rest of this fight's gonna be hard. Your max resolve went up? As in, like, my max resolve? Seriously? I can't view, like, my character. I'll look at this afterwards. I want to know if it, like, outside of battle increased it. Your max in this fight? Interesting. I want to see if that increased it outside of this battle. Yeah, this is just a bad turn though. I think I just oppress and I could get Dangerous out here. While this is in your hand, hostile cards deal 1 bonus damage and diplomacy cards deal 1 less damage, just to make the deck more consistent. But this is kind of like a faux dominance for me at the moment. Play for EXP. It'll be destroyed. Oh, play Keep Cool for EXP. Oh, right. Yeah, I agree with that. I'm not super comfortable removing this yet, but you're right. I should definitely remove that at least. You have a friend that gives you max resolve per day, right? I think it's max HP, actually. It is Zimin, the person who just supported me in this argument. It was Zimin, but I think it is max HP. Let's get some... Get some obtusement. I'm gonna boost the evil eye, so Twisted Oppress definitely gets the kill. And then I think I might promote Thinking just to try and find some defense here. Careful, you're losing money per card. Yeah, I wanted to target that down as quickly as possible, but I want to make sure I got it with the dominance, so I had to play that many cards. It's annoying that I ended up losing that much money for it, but I feel like I needed it. You don't really need to keep your resolve for today. Do I not? Alright. I trust you. You got no defense left? It would have been the composure card digging for something that would have provided us defense. Brainstorm and Tactical Mind both need to be upgraded to the point that, like, I just want to play them here. It's Visionary Threaten first. Known Thug, deal 1 resolve damage to a random target whenever you draw a card. Cool. Get him! I should duplicity one of the gains here for the double experience on it, rather than wide deflex. Again, I'm taking damage here for experience. Duplicity, Tactical Mind, not recall? I mean, Tactical Mind is significant, like, it's much more consistent draw for us. You're right, you're right. What's the equation for bits? It's 1 bit is 1 cent USD. Tactical Mind is also harder to level. Oh, right, because Pale replaces itself, whereas Tactical Mind is a delayed effect. I can see it. This game is roguelike adjacent. It is a roguelike. It's just longer. I mean, also there's the debate of roguelike, roguelite. I don't involve myself in that debate at all, though. I don't entertain that debate. If we both know what we mean when we say it, then the word has done its job. Okay. Start by keeping cool. Guess it's just time to oppress. Didn't want to take the fight too much longer. Wouldn't have got much more experience out of it. Alright. Second oppress with the same upgrade. A good game is a good game. I don't look further than that. I like, there is some appeal to the broader descriptions of genre, because it does describe, you know, certain traits that are shared by games that you might enjoy, that narrows your focus to actually see those games. But I think, like, trying to fit genre and trying to fit games into genres can be harmful both to genre, to the gamer, and to the game itself. Erupt is interesting here. We have a relatively thick deck. The thing is, we don't actually play that many hostile cards on the same turn, unless we have, like, Duplicity, Hostile Instincts, or Boosted Caprice in hand. After we have Tactical Mind and Recall out, we're drawing so many cards in a turn that we will play them all in the same turn. But at that point, do I want something like Erupt in my deck? Erupt is like a little extra damage, but it's also a dead draw on the first cycle when I need to do my setup. Trying to fit a game into a genre box is good for conveying what it is. Best not to let that limit the design. Yeah, that's probably the best way of explaining what I was trying to get to there, Tech Fusion. Thank you. All right. Yeah, I'm not going to take any of these, actually. One cute thing you can do with Erupt is boost one so it triggers on the third card played, and any Erupts trigger on the fourth when triggered by the first Erupt. I have done that before for Mon, in a off-camera experimental Rook run. Your Dangerouses are also dead draw. Might as well add one that's good. Yeah, you're right. This can go easy or it can go hard. Okay, okay, I believe you. Just stop talking and lead the way. Hey, the other location did disappear. So it was correct to go to both of them. I thought that was how that resolved out. You can only take one of the merchants with you. And it disappears once you accept the quest. That's why I had to jump across between them. Strunk clears her throat. So, you're a rational business person, right? You're not caught up in the Rise's politics, are you? Feign ironic detachment. Ooh, baby. I could go for that. So it's a murder mission? No, this is a sales mission. I'm trying to take Strunk to the Rise camp and get people to buy from him. The Rise, that is. Okay. I'm not really the joining type. Besides, I'm sure they're No! No! Are you gonna both sides, the union and the effectively slavers? Seriously, indentured servitude. I mean, come on. Oof. That's the spirit. The world is a flaming dung heap. Always was, always will be. I hate that mentality so much. Nothing will ever get better, so you should stop trying. May as well get rich off of it while you're here, am I right? These Rise bozos have been flapping gums far and wide about their stolen goods for a week. I know a local baron who will pay top dollar for the location of that camp. I can make money off of the goods, but I can make a lot more off of the info. I have less work to do. What do you say? Blackmail? No. 500 shills! Can I blackmail and then stick to the plan as well? Because this is only 200 shills, right? Seems like too many shills to pay up. But it is day 3, that's a lot of shills. But so why would this option be here, right? Blackmail is stick to the plan? It has to be, right? Because blackmail doesn't end the event. Great, great, great. Yeah, because it has to be. Otherwise, like, it's just a worse version of selling Strunk the info. Those Rise bozos seem pretty dangerous, if you ask me. Maybe I'll tell them what you just said. I wonder what had happened then. Excellent. Molchek, thank you very much for the 5-month in a row Twitch Prime subscription. Sorry, the 3rd month in a row Twitch Prime subscription. 5 months total. Welcome back to the Republic. Enjoy your moments in chat. Or rather, continue to enjoy your moments in chat. She might dislike you, I don't recall. Yeah, she doesn't dislike me yet, but she might after this. Almost certainly. I mean, I'm kind of intimidating her here. Semaphore, thank you very much for the Twitch Prime subscription. Enjoy your moments in chat and welcome to the Republic. Okay. Definitely boosted Caprice. Am I drawing first, though? I should draw first. This will do less damage. No, I want my option, because it might be something like Duplicity or Pale Sequitur, which will change how I play. Okay, that's not going to change how I play then. Spend 3 dominance to destroy all enemy arguments and bounties. Hell yeah. Is this the same run from the last stream? Yes, this is just the start of the 3rd day. We're doing a boggers mission. That sounds disgustingly good. It definitely does, yeah. Tall one, thank you very much for the 1,000 bits. Much appreciated. Sincerely. Very kind of you. Hold on, do you delete all non-core arguments? Yep. Hard delete them. I think I'll probably go with the visionary threat for an extra draw here. Wonder if I should try and pick up some dominance this turn. It's 2 dominance from Hostile Instincts, or I can brainstorm Pale Non Sequitur, one of the cards I draw. What could I draw that I'd want a Non Sequitur? Tactical Mind, Recall, either of those I want them out as soon as possible. So let's go brainstorm first. Yeah, Pale Non Sequitur, the Recall. Literally just to develop in the first cycle. Got to tick up brainstorm EXP, 100% agreed, Heraldophy. The language in this game reminds me of Simlish so much, I don't know why. It's kind of that, like, that gabagoo, like the gibberish that they do. Right, Duplicity, Tactical Mind. Well, Duplicity doesn't need to play Tactical Mind here. Looking for damage. That's not damage. Draw damage. Ah! And never mind, we drew some damage. It's fine. Now I'm not paying money constantly to the person I'm trying to blackmail here. That never seemed like a good idea to me, but I was doing it anyway. Should probably leave Duplicity in the deck. Yeah, we're gonna get back to Duplicity, it's okay. 2 more cards a turn is Pog, as the Twitchers say. I say new housemate. We've been living together for 4 months now? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 month? 12 seconds? I don't know. What does time even mean at this point? But they're an avid Twitch watcher of broader like Magic the Gathering channels in particular, and part of their parlance is Pog. It's like, even being on Twitch and being now a partner Twitch streamer, I still interact more with Twitch culture through my housemate than I do through Twitch. All right. Got rid of it, it's fine. A person I recently discovered in my house. Yeah, I just found them. They were there the entire time. It's weird. They were there actually in the foundations. It was so weird. It's like the house was built around them. There's the composure we need. Keep cool as well. I'm not gonna kill you until I have all the experience on all of my... Wait, hang on. This is all the experience on all my cards. No, card draw. Never mind. We're fine. Think I've seen an anime like that? Ooh. Is it like a little bit of a creepy one? I'm starting to get into trying to experience more kind of like new American horror. You know, your Alan Wake, your Control, your Stephen King, your... oh god, what's another good example of it recently? Your Twin Peaks. Especially after playing Control recently, like... oh, it's really piqued my interest in that genre. Let's go for the wide deflection first. Duplicity Threaten is more damage than you think. How so? Control is a really interesting game. 100% agreed. It, like, I played through all of it like a couple days ago, and a couple days ago? No, 2 weeks ago. Good lord. Again, what does time mean? But I just bought the season pass. I never buy season passes for games. I hate buying content sight unseen, because it's effectively like, here, if you want to just take the money and not give me back anything, just feel free. Here you go. Same reason I don't pre-order games. But the first DLC was well lauded by a bunch of people, so I'm comfortable enough with that. I'm starting to play it in my own time. But the second one has a promotional image for it, and it's the name for the DLC is AWE, which in the world of Control are Altered World events. And if you look at the image that they have for the season pass for AWE, the top half is a man in kind of like a forested environment, a blue kind of tinged forest environment with a flashlight and a gun, and the flashlight's pointed towards the camera. If anyone, you know, I imagine there are probably people who recognize that. I don't necessarily want to spoil things, but it's very good. Yeah, Advice Colin. Hell yeah. They're in the same universe. In the universe of Control, I'll say it. In the universe of Control, Alan Wake occurred and was an Altered World event. It was one of the things that the Bureau of Control was set up to manage. I was so interested in Control, and when I finally found like the secret room that had like the description of the Altered World event in Bright Falls, I lost my absolute about it. I freaked out for a while. Like I was just running around the room, just like Peak was working, so I was trying not to bother him too much, but I was coming in every other minute just to say, and they're in the same world, and it means that this might happen. Just freaking the hell out. I loved Alan Wake so much. Ever done a drafting run for this game yet? No, not necessarily yet, Tall One. That's definitely in my future though. Are there any non-experienced cards left in the deck? Yeah, there's a Brainstorm. So I'm drawing 7 cards next turn. So I don't want to use Visionary Threat and possibly draw the Brainstorm this turn and not be able to play it next turn. Did you play the American Nightmare DLC? I did. I played 2 hours of it and I didn't finish it. I didn't like American Nightmare. I liked Alan Wake though. American Nightmare seemed to me kind of like a, I know there's obviously like story laid in it, and I've watched like, was it a video essay or like I watched an exploration of the stuff that happened in American Nightmare, but no, I didn't enjoy the gameplay loop of it. Really? You're gonna make me pay 10 more shields to end this fight? You. American Nightmare was basically do the same 3 things in a row. Yeah. It was unfortunate, but I also understand the state of Remedy Studios at that time, so I'm more forgiving to it. What kind of run are we doing? Genocide, pacifist, other? Other. We're kind of doing pacifistic, but a little bit of killing? And the killing is just because some people hate me and they need to die if they hate me. But I'm trying not to make anyone hate me and not to kill anyone I don't need to. Boosted plays into your... Yeah, it's definitely boosted. It's always going to be boosted there. Just hovering on that screen to respond to chat for a second there. Another Keep Cool. 2 Keep Cools in the same deck is good. Wow, I need to play more horror games because they seem to have some of the best stories in gaming, but I wish I could be, I wish I could without being terrified of everything. That's one of the things I like about kind of like new American horror, or what was the term I heard coined? The new weird is actually another term that I heard coined for it, because it's not strictly horror, it's strange, weird, unsettling, tense, not necessarily like, bleh, kind of like, yeah, Outlast kind of situation. Okay. Second Keep Cool. Good point. I know when I've been bested. How about I give you a little something and we pretend this never happened, okay? As you were. Alan Wake wasn't scary, I didn't think. It was more horror themed. Yeah, that's exactly the kind of thing I'm talking about. Like, there was a segment in Alan Wake that was a little spooky to me. But more, it was about contemplating the depth of the things you don't know. It fosters a consistent, unfamiliar feeling. Rap, have you read many SCP articles? I've read none, actually. Not even a single one. Wasn't blackmail supposed to end the thing? Supposed to not end the thing? No, it didn't end the thing. The mission's still going. You arrive at the Rise camp. So, where's the stuff? We went at last. Let me show you what we have. Sal, please keep an eye out for trouble, will you? Strunk and Brenner retreat into a tent. You can just barely hear their muffled deliberations through the canvas. The haggling goes on for quite some time. You scan the local trees for threats. You're waiting outside for Strunk and Brenner to finish business. After what seems like an eternity, Brenner and Strunk emerge from the tent, all smiles. A pleasure doing business with you. Don't spend it all in one place. Don't spend it all in one place now. Strunk nods in your direction as she leaves. I take it things went well? Yes, now we can buy the supplies, so we really need to bring it under the Barrens. I'll be here in Murder Bay for a couple of days wrapping up business. If you're looking for exotic goods from the bog, feel free to stop by. The Rise have completed the details and offered to supply you when you need them. Quest bonus restoration. I mean, the restoration really isn't needed here. I'll just get some resolve, I guess. There's no bonus. Do I get anything for skipping bonus? Like, at the end, like, more experience because I skipped bonus or something? The world story around Superhot really has a control feeling to me. I didn't know that Superhot actually had story in it. Now your max resolve is 40. Was it not always? So it looks like Zimmon just increased my max resolve for that fight. Don't think there's a reward. Cool. Ooh, we can get an auto dog. We have the money for the auto dog as well. Okay. Hey, what are you doing here in Murder Bay? Wow, that's Ingel, of course. That's a nice joke. Ooh, baby. All right, all of these are battle cards. 8 heal, replenish, destroy after 2 uses. Stun all enemies with the Calic. Nah. Apply 3 wound, expend sticky, destroy after 2 uses. If the target has metallic, apply stun, expend, replenish. This is just good, right? It replaces itself if you don't want to use it. It's like a small attack, so you don't really want to use it, I guess, in general. But it replaces itself and stuns metallic enemies. There are some really annoying metallic enemies in the game, but not that many in Murder Bay in particular. Shockbox is necessary for robots. Is it necessary or is it nice? I don't know. Auto dogs are really strong in general. Yeah, I might end up getting the auto dog here probably. Steal all the target's power, expend sticky, destroy after 2 uses. Yeah, only if I know I'm going into a fight where the enemy has a bunch of power. Heal all enemies. Nah, I'm fine. So if anything here, shockbox and run away. So shockbox is 112 and this is 187. So that's just under 300, right? Yeah, 299. I'll take it. So auto dogs can't help you in negotiation, but negotiation, I don't really need their help. Because my battle is good, my negotiation is bad. Getting an auto dog that can't help me in negotiation but can help me in battle seems not necessary. But it's a dog. It is a dog. You're 100% right about that. It is 100% dog. Alright. You're right. Dog. It's dog.